say, clients deserve to have the best working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a win-win, right? You know, if you're at your best, and as a business owner, you're earning a majority of the fee, which obviously means that you've got more time to dedicate to them. You care more, and you're right to say, look, doesn't mean you don't care if you're a high street estate agent. Absolutely, a lot of, as you mentioned, there's a lot of fantastic high street estate agents. Just the time doesn't enable them to be able to show their care as much as they'd like. Especially when they're targeted to, you know, to sell as many as they can and list as many as they can, etc. But the time that you have to be able to dedicate to people shows how much you care, and that has to be a win-win for the client because they get more time with you.
I think, you know, one of the major advantages that I have is time. You know, when you work for a typical estate agent, you know, you are very time limited, actually. You know, I mean, I've had instances in the past where I was working as an employee, and I might be 2 hours on a evaluation. By the time I got back, the manager's standing there saying, "Where on earth have you been?" You know, but I'm there advising the client properly. So I think one of the huge advantages that I have as a business owner, it's my business. I can spend as long as I like with the client. And you know, clients certainly appreciate that because, you know, I have the time to dedicate to my clients to do the job, as I say, to do the job properly. You know, when you're well, the typical estate agent, you know, they're very time short, if you like, very time, I can't think of the word. Yeah, time poor. You know, and their typical model is very transactional. It's to take on as many properties as they can, throw mud at the wall, knowing some of it will stick, and they've all got targets to take on, you know, more and more properties, bigger market share, because they think that that's what's, you know, going to help them dominate the town. But the reality is that the typical agent only sells between 50 and 60% of what they take on. Since I've been in business, I've actually sold every single property I've taken on the market, apart from one, and that was overpriced, and the vendor decided not to sell. You know, whereas with myself, I only aim to take on the market between maybe 4 or 5 properties a month. That's it. So the last company I was working for, I was actually taking on between 25 and 33 properties a month. That is unsustainable. And effectively what it means, if you think about it logically, that I was taking on a brand new property every day. So how long did I have to market each property?
Yeah,
1 day, effectively. Whereas now, if I only take on 4 or 5 properties, limit it to that, it means that I have all the time in the world to dedicate the marketing of each individual property. So they get me dedicated literally 100%.